Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. How are you today? Thank you for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Today is gonna be amazing. I mean, we have this lineup here is just insane. I'm actually a bit worried because you know how these studios get. Last time I did a Beatles song, it did get blocked. So I don't know. We just have to wait and see. But as of right now, I have no idea if it's gonna get blocked or not. But because I mean, literally 3 bands on here are, blockers. But I mean, I will, if anything like that happens, I will release it on Patreon because Elton John. I mean, I think my Elton John marathon got blocked because it was only Elton John. But I did do a marathon with one Beatles song and it got blocked. So I guess we'll wing it here. Let's see what happens. I can always try and dispute, And so let's see. Okay, so the thing is we have Elton John, we have the Beach Boys, we have the Beatles, we have Talking Heads, and Fleetwood Mac. So Fleetwood Mac is also known for blocking. But hey, let's just try it and let's see. Let's enjoy the music and then let's worry about the rest, I mean, it will be on Patreon if it gets blocked, but I obviously want it to be on YouTube. Okay, so let me put on these so I'm not screaming at you. I hope I'm not too loud. So we're gonna start it off with first of all, thank you to JK for sponsoring this marathon. Thank you so much for all your support and all you guys watching these videos. There's some of you who literally watch all the videos that I make, all the videos that we make together, Alexia and I, and our stuff on Patreon. I do appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for all your support and help, and just the comment section is just overwhelmingly positive. I love it. Also, just like you help us just get through some difficulties in life, as you guys know, my mom has had lots of problems with her, when we went to Spain, and her health is just not what it used to be, and it's difficult, So yesterday I had a wonderful talk with her. We were on the phone for like 3 hours, and it was just wonderful. So that in that department, I mean, we've always been very happy, like son and mother, and also Alexia and her are super good friends, and they love each other to death. And so but there's so many challenges that come with having a parent, and pretty much in a home, right? And when your parents, you kind of like, when they lose, how can I say, when they start to forget stuff, that's when you get really worried. So that's what's happening, and it's just been very hard for me, and for Alexia as well. So it was just very nice. We had a good talk. We had a great day. Her memory was amazing. So I have hope, I hope she gets better. And I told her a bunch of stuff, and she was so happy, and it was just wonderful. So on that front, I just wanted to share with the channel that me and my mom, I mean, we've always been the best of friends. I would do anything for my mother. Yeah, I just wanted to share that real quick before we get into the music. I mean, she got me into Floyd, I mean, I'm eternally grateful. She bought me my first guitar. She would literally like whistle scales, so I would learn, because she knew how to read. She played the violin as a child, so all that knowledge I got, passed to me. So I appreciate music because of her. Like this album right there, The Doors, she played to me, and a lot of these artists in the back. She always supported me. even with my craziest stuff, you know. But so yeah, so kudos to my mom, real quick. So that's a long intro, and I haven't even talked about the music. Okay, but now I will. So we're gonna start it off with Elton John, One Horse Town, from Blue Moves. This is from 76. By the way, also my mom got me into Elton John. We had the best of, you know. Then Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. Good Vibrations, that sounds familiar. If I've heard it before, I'll definitely let you know. This is from the Smile Sessions. I don't know if that's the one that JK wanted. Let me see. I rather, you know, pull it from the, yeah. Yes, definitely. Oh my god, this is a greatest hits too. Okay, you know what? Let's just keep the years. You know the years. You know what years everything came out. So I'm not gonna talk about that right now. Because all these are best ofs and their compilations and stuff like that. So we're gonna do Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. We're gonna do Rain by the Beatles. We're gonna do I Zimbra by Talking Heads. And Tusk by Fleetwood Mac. Also greatest hits. So Fleetwood Mac, we just did Rumors, the entire album. Okay, this is a little bit of a commercial. It's on Patreon. So if you want to join Patreon, you can. We have about 35 full albums. Alexia and I together reacting to all sorts of stuff, from Pink Floyd to Porcupine Tree to Fleetwood Mac to Led Zeppelin to you name it. I mean, there's a lot of albums. It's hours and hours of entertainment. And literally the last album we did, Fleetwood Mac, we spent an hour and 40 minutes, I think, listening to a 39-minute album. So there was a lot of chatter just right now. And I'll put a mark when the music starts, because a lot of people, you know, they just want to get to the music, which is understandable. But I mean, the channel in essence is about me talking. I mean, the music you've already heard, right? So, but I'll put a timestamp on because the intro is so long, on when it starts. Oh, without further ado, let's get it started. Give me one moment, and I'll pull up the music. All right, here we go with Sir Elton John. Let's give it up for him. Okay, I'll rewind. This intro is the proggiest intro I've ever heard of Elton John. This sounded like Kansas, like Supertramp, like not like Elton John. This is amazing. Like I know Elton John is greatness. Elton John is perfection. Elton John is just a master, but I've never heard this kind of Elton John. Also, very, very important, JK added something that I totally missed right now. But he named this marathon Experiments in Pop. So these are, I don't want to call Beatles or Talking Heads or Fleetwood Mac pop, but they became, I guess pop culture icons. But this is, and I guess, yeah, I mean, that's the way he named it, Experiments in Pop. So we're going to go with this. When bands tried something a little different. That's what it is. So let's continue. I just want to go back where he comes in with the voice, but this intro was, wow. Wowza. Yikes, right? Let's go. Insane. I mean, I guess Elton John just wanted to show, that he can do it all. When all these prog bands were coming out, Yes, and we had ELP and Rush and Genesis and Pink Floyd, and he's like, okay, you want to hear something like that? Here you go. Like I'm not even surprised, This guy is a multi instrumentalist, just composer, songwriter, poet, you name it, you know. I mean, Elton John, 47 million monthly listeners. He's literally as famous as he was back in the 70s, right? Even if not more. I mean, he's just pure like I don't know, this guy's just a master. Like, so I'm not even surprised. I'm obviously surprised by the style of music that he's playing. I'm loving it. I'm a fan of progressive rock, but I'm also a fan of his personal style, which is more, you know, more softer. And he's a rock and roller, of course, you know, and I love his whole persona, the way he dresses. The man is just an icon, you know. It's like it's amazing. He's just, I mean, what can you say about Elton John? What can't you say? I mean, but yeah, this is really good. This is a lot of fun. There's 2 guitar solos so far. There's all this orchestration, which he's obviously famous for. But it's really different from anything I've heard before. But I've not really delved into the proggier side or the 70s side. I mean, I pretty much heard all the famous songs, you know, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road and Rocket Man and I guess, you know, all the best of, you know. But this is obviously completely different. This is very, very good. Very, very interesting. I'm gonna have to listen to this again to fully understand. And the lyrics, of course, I'm not paying a lot of attention. This is very good pick, JK. You're gonna get a lot of love. I can see it.
To grow out of this White House time, there's nothing to steal, 'cause there's nothing much around.
Okay. I don't know why it started. Frickin' Spotify. Okay. Beach Boys, Good Vibrations. So I said that just the name sounds familiar. If I've heard it before, I'll obviously will always say so. But if I heard this before, it must have been, I don't know, 20 years or something. I don't know, but it rings a bell. It could be just the chorus, you know. I don't know. I mean, like I've said, a lot of times, and with Alexia too, she knows the chorus because we heard it on the radio when we were kids, or you know, there's a bit in a movie for 5 seconds in a scene, you know, where they walk out the door, and you know, Hollywood. So that's sometimes when we hear stuff, it's like, oh man, I heard this before, but then we realize we've only heard the chorus and stuff like that. So I don't know. It just seems very familiar. Good Vibrations. If it's the song, I'll let you know. So here we go with the Beach Boys. Boom.
I love the colorful clothes you wear, and the way the sunlight plays upon her hair. I hear the sound of a gentle wind on the wind that lifts her perfume through the air. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. She's giving me closer now. Softly smile, I know she must be kind.
Wow, this is this is so good. It has like this psychedelic vibe. After the chorus is what I've heard before. That dum, ba, da, 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 I'm picking up good vibes. Like that, you know, I've heard that, I don't know, lots of times. Movies, video games, pop culture, I don't know. But then the way it goes into this da 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 dee, da da, it sounds literally like the Beatles. They're like, okay, the Beatles are like, they're like, you know, taking over the world. We have to change it up here, you know, guys. So, I don't know. It literally sounds like the Beatles. It's great, you know. It's like, I think this song must be a major hit, you know. I mean, so yeah, let's go back. Let's get back.
Well, I know she must be kind. In her eyes, she goes with me to a blossom room. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. Excitations. Good vibrations. I don't know where, but she sends me there.
Wow.
Gotta keep those loving good vibrations are happening with her. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations are happening with her. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations.
So now I'm 100% sure that I've only heard the chorus that ba da 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 da. That's all I'd heard. All this, everything else is new. 100% never heard of it. I think some Scorsese movie, or I don't know, maybe it was Top Secret with Val Kilmer. I don't know. The surf scene at the beginning. I have no idea, but I've heard this before. But literally like seconds of it. And then it sticks in your head, and now there's this whole like song around it, which is super psychedelic and super well composed, like really good stuff. I love it. I never really thought much of the Beach Boys. Damn, that's always like when I want to slap myself, and I'm like, wow, this is an amazing band. I thought they were just like, I don't know, you know, I had no idea really what to expect. Okay. Okay, so this is literally their second most listened to song ever. 378,229,190 times. So I just added one more. Wow. But wait a minute. I'm not even. I did a longer version, which I'm now happy that I did. So I guess the official version is 3 minutes 39 seconds, and I did 4 minutes and 15 seconds. I hope that's fine. I hope I didn't mess it up, JK. That's the problem. But because I always go for the longer song, you know. In the case of Iron Butterfly and Agata Beta, which I just did, and they blocked it, and I had to unfortunately had to cut it out of the marathon. It was like blocked in the entire world, you know. It was not just blocked in the US, it was blocked in Germany and the UK, everywhere. So I hope I did. Maybe I did even the version that I don't know. Maybe you're expecting the shorter version. I did this version. I hope it's the right one. So let's keep it going. So now I'm gonna do Rain by the Beatles. And what album is this from? It says Past Masters. Okay. All right. So, and I mean, what you guys can do as well, what, for example, Roundabout does, he sends me basically a Spotify list of the songs that he wants. That way I don't get songs wrong when they're, you know, there's like 5 or 6 versions of the same song. That's obviously optimal. You don't have to do it. I know it's work. And I do it like kindly, of course, and gladly for you. But it just like, you know, sometimes I've gotten some songs wrong because of that, because there's just different versions. Okay, we're gonna do Rain here, and this is the Beatles. Let's go. Here you can really hear, like, I'm not a Beatles expert, but I know, like, and I said, like, I know, like, the 20 best songs, and people were like, you haven't even scratched the surface yet, and I believe you. But I think this is when they were in their psychedelic area. You can just hear the way they're singing, and yeah, you know that element of psychedelia, and just like the music and the whole vibe. I love it, by the way. And there's versions that are 2 seconds shorter. I think I hit the right one, and it says mono. This is in stereo, so it's super cool to experience like that. So wow, the Beatles, I mean, what can I say, you know? It's such a short-lived band who transcended time and will continue. I mean, in 50 years, they're still going to be as relevant as they were, you know, in the 70s. It's just one of those bands that are just from outer space, you know. I don't know. Yeah, okay, let's continue. It's very singing John Lennon here, and then I think it was Paul and the other guys here. And that bass by Paul McCartney was amazing. Boom, 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 boom. And then also I think Ringo Starr is totally underrated as a drummer. He was good. I mean, he's not a jazz fusion player, you know, but hey, he doesn't need to be, you know. And the Beatles, I think he was the perfect fit. He looked the part, he played the part. It's just so iconic, you know. I once saw this documentary. It was just more like a clip, I think, on, I don't know, what, some late night talk show, and it was one member of the Beatles, and but this was filmed in the 80s or something, and he was kind of like, unfortunately, he was kicked out, and he was obviously very bummed, and you can watch it on YouTube, and he's just like, yeah, it was very unfortunate. And I mean, you know, I mean, the money he didn't make, and the fame, I mean, and he's always gonna be that guy who was kicked out of the Beatles. It kind of sucks because they're so iconic. I mean, but he's still. I'm sure he's a millionaire, you know, because he did get royalties. Let me look up the name. Pete Best. Pete Best, drummer. Yeah. So he was replaced by Ringo Starr, and of course he's 81 years old. So he's not like super old. Not on the contrary. I mean, but just for the last 50 years he must have been, wow, my life would have been very different, you know. I mean, the Beatles, you know, of all bands. Maybe, yeah, that's, yeah. It says here why John Lennon got sick of Pete Best. Yeah, that sucks. I guess I think I saw the interview. It's on. Oh, okay. It's on the one that's interviewing him is Letterman. So watch it if you haven't watched it. And he's like, so why did you get kicked out? And he's kind of almost like crying. Like it's very sad. Because people are since people are laughing on that show, so they're laughing about his pain, you know. And it was kind of like turn offish for me. I was like, hey, this guy's really like bummed out, you know. So why are you guys laughing? But it's the show, it's Letterman, you know. It's a comedy show. So yeah, what a bummer. So Talking Heads are next. This song was really good. Rain. Man, if he played the drums on this, because it's always like, yeah, Nick, he actually played the drums on this. If he did, I don't know, man. Okay, next song is Talking Heads, Zimbra, and here we go. Talking Heads. I love Talking Heads. Let's go. Robert frickin' Fripp on the guitar. They're gonna block the video. I'm just kidding. Oh man, I hope he doesn't. Because this song he's gonna like, who's playing my music? Brian Eno, wow, on backing vocals, also on this song. Tina laying down the bass. What a beautiful lady. David, you know, he's just so iconic. He's as amazing as David Bowie. Well, I mean, David Bowie is, wow. David Bowie is another alien for me. Like Prince, you know. There's some of these artists are just literally like you ask yourself, are these really like from this earth, or did they just come here to, you know, to show us what's what, you know? Man, what a good track. But Robert Fripp, like, this is the only musician I can't react to. We can't do King Crimson because he'll hunt you down until you won't exist. So basically all of our King Crimson stuff was taken down, like threatening, in a threatening manner. And then we had a full album on Patreon, and Patreon wrote us, take this down. Otherwise there will be consequences. Your whole channel will be deleted. And we're like, oh my God, okay, sorry. There's are the CDs in the back, Mr. Fripp. And people actually buy your records because young people react to your music and find it amazing. I hope he can see this message. No, you have fun. You have fun. All right. Well, this is amazing, you know. Brian Eno, for Christ's sakes. All right, let's keep going. Let's show some love, Mr. Fripp. Let's go. Bravo. Really cool. So I'm not that scared anymore because it was written by David Byrne and Brian Eno and Hugo Ball. Ball? Wait. Is it Saul? Ball. Hugo Ball. And yeah, but hey, Mr. Fripp, like if you want to make a couple of millions more, let people react to your music. It will pay off. Trust me. Otherwise, they're not going to know of this music. It's too old, you know, unfortunately. It's very good music. Let people react to it. They'll buy it. And YouTube's going to pay you millions. We don't get paid from music plays. Everything is, look, I wish I could show my screen right now. Everything ineligible. When we go live and talk, we get paid by YouTube. So, yeah. Copyright content found. Your video can't be monetized and people in some countries can't watch it. Copyrighted. Copyright content found. The owner allows the content to be used, but you can't monetize your video. Okay, see details. Who gets paid? UMG, WMG, Emmy. Who gets paid? UMG, Emmy. Who gets paid? And so far and so you're missing out on cash. All right. Okay, I'm gonna stop my rant because it's just so ridiculous. It's just like, you know, I won't even mention his name because the video's gonna get my channel's gonna get deleted. The guy from the Eagles, same mentality. Instead of sitting on the beach like sipping margaritas, he's worried about like people listening to his music. Honestly, it's incredible. I mean, the greed gets to levels that should not be allowed. I'm sorry. Okay, let's continue. Now this really gets me going because it's just really like it's it's disgusting. It's disgusting how people are so greedy. They're already multimillionaires, but no, they want more. And I rather take this insignificant person down because I'm not getting, like, he's listening to my music. Oh my God. Like, who wants to? I'm not gonna go see you, by the way, because I'm gonna miss my favorite band, Steely Dan, because you're touring with them. Because I'm not gonna support greed like that. Okay, Fleetwood Mac, Tusk. Let's listen to some good music. Very different. I love it though. So as you know, I talked about this at the beginning of the video. We did a full reaction to Rumors. Oh my God, what an album. So this is 2 years after Rumors, 1979. And this is on purposefully, I looked it up here a little bit. So it says here, Lindsay Buckingham was adamant about creating an album that sounded nothing like Rumors. So, and I mean, this track, I don't know, like, I mean, this is just one track, but yes, it didn't sound anything like Rumors. Rumors was very acoustic. This was more, I guess, drum driven, and there was this chatter in the background, and there's like these, I think, trumpets. Dun dun dun, 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 dun. But it has the same musicians on here. Christine, Stevie, Lindsay, and I think John. Yes, the same musician, exactly same lineup, but he spent over $1 million to change everything up and get the sound that he wanted. I think I find it amazing. This is what music should be about. This is what is so amazing about, for example, a band like Pink Floyd. They make an album like Wish You Were Here, and then they come up with something like Animals that's totally different, more aggressive, and like when you listen to Wish You Were Here, I mean, there's like these epic tracks, Shining You Crazy Diamond on there, and Have a Cigar, and Welcome to the Machine, and but it's all very like psychedelic, and then Animals is like prog, aggressive, and I don't know, I love it, man. This was a super cool marathon. I think I'm gonna leave it like this because I am a little bit scared that they're gonna block it, so I'm not gonna add another song. I usually do, I do, JK, but I think I've extended my welcome a little bit. I overextended my welcome. I did a lot of talking. I know you guys enjoy my talking. Some of you don't. I'm sorry about that. But I mean, I can send you the links, send me an email. I'll send you the links to the videos, and you can just listen to the music without commentary. Yeah, this was super interesting. Every song had something very, very special. And Elton John, super different, proggy, just very, very different from what I usually know him for. The Beach Boys was a great surprise because I'd heard the chorus. I guess it's a very famous song. The Beatles, I'd never heard Rain. This was a very cool take. I loved it. Zimbra, this is where I got into my whole into my I don't know, whatever, my little rant, which is insignificant anyways, And then Tusk was super cool because I just heard Rumors in fall, so it is just literally the opposite poles. Rumors is a masterpiece. I'm not saying that this wasn't good, but it was just very different. So I can safely say now why you came up with what you came up, like this experimental music. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna put a marker at where the music starts because the intro was a little bit longer. Yes, I did talk about my mother. I think it's very important to talk about these things, especially with a family like this. If you're new to the channel, I'm sorry, if I'm taking away a lot of your time by talking, but that's what this channel is about, There's a lot of people that listen to songs and then they say, this was great. And that's their reaction. And I can't do that. I just can't. So thank you so much, JK, for this awesome selection. This is going to be a hit video. I mean, just the artists on this are amazing. And then also the song selections, people will see, oh man, they're doing Rain and Talking Heads, Zimbra, and so I just know that this is going to be a success. So thank you for teaching me about these artists, but in a different way that I didn't expect. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. I love you guys. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.